It's time for news from around the world in Meanwhile in. Geez, that's a nice photo. Meanwhile, in Saudi Arabia, the crown prince is set to meet with the president of Turkey, but has one request, or I would actually say a requirement for that meeting. Don't bring up our killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Because like what you need to understand, audience, is that when you have dispatched assassins internationally to brutally murder a journalist you don't like, it's like inconvenient when people like remind you of it afterward. That is the true tragedy out of this story. Now, if you're not familiar with the details of the story, Khashoggi was killed in a Saudi consulate in Istanbul back in 2018. He entered the consulate on October 2nd, 2018 to pick up marital documents needed to marry his Turkish fiance, but never came out. And Turkish officials have alleged that Khashoggi was killed inside the consulate and that his body was dismembered with a bone saw. Officials from the US and the United Nations have also corroborated these allegations. His remains were never found, and a declassified CIA intelligence report directly implicated the Saudi crown prince in the murder. So that was all back in 2018. Everybody knows exactly what happened. So what has happened since then legally? Well, a Turkish court is trying 26 Saudi nationals connected with the murder in absentia. They don't have them actually, but they are trying them from Turkey when they're in Saudi Arabia. July 8th is the next trial date. Saudi Arabia put 11 people on trial for what they said was a rogue operation in killing him. In December 2019, the Riyadh criminal court sentenced 5 of them to death. 3 others were given prison sentences. So yes, that is generally what happens. A group of people just goes and does this for you, but without ever telling you it, and you totally didn't want it to happen. And look, if you are suspicious about this, even following the death sentences, here's something that might make you more suspicious. Recently reported, 3 of the men convicted of being part of that death squad have apparently been living in 7-star accommodations at a Riyadh compound. They reportedly receive family members in between visits to the on-site gym, and caterers and gardeners frequently attend the compound. That's nice. Really harsh penalty for the people that they found responsible, not just of doing a killing, but doing it in a rogue operation, making the government look bad. They were so bad that we're gonna put them up in a place. That's more stars than I even knew that you could have at one of these.
That was my first thought. I was like, this 7-star hotels, Jesus, this is amazing. But the other part about this is also, so you punish them, at least that's been the story. There's been punishments or there's pursuit of justice here, but you don't want to talk about it when you meet with Turkish leaders. Why not? I mean, if I pursued justice about something that I was completely against and didn't want this to happen, I'd be telling people about it, especially as leaders of a country. It'd be like, well, you guys know we're looking to shore this up because we don't want you to lose any faith into our how much we're committed to this justice because we don't like what happened here. How you can't play both sides of this and say, yeah, no, we're looking to get to the bottom. This had nothing to do with us. But when we come, don't talk to me about it. Come on. Yeah. Talk to me about it.
Exactly. Like you're gonna make me feel bad and you're gonna make me look bad and everything. But this is how ridiculous international diplomacy is, that he can make those claims, make those demands, and Turkey would probably go along with it, honestly. He can make it of us. Here at the US, like we know what happened. The CIA has been very clear about it, and what has been the consequence of it? The Biden administration has said that there's no ban on him potentially, the MBS, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, potentially visiting the US. And he asked for, and the US Congress eventually approved of, like $650 million in missiles and missile launchers being sold to Saudi Arabia. So we know that they did this. We're rewarding them with weapons that they desperately want and potentially being as cordial with them as Turkey is apparently going to be. So it's a great world we live in.
Yeah, I don't want you guys to forget, when Trump was in office, his explanation was, but they're giving us money.
Yeah.
And that's what politicians are not supposed to say. Politicians are supposed to do what Joe Biden did and just do it. And then when someone asks somebody, he goes,
yep. Yes, Trump said something different. They're doing the same exact thing. That's a great point. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/thedamagereport. And you can ring the bell wherever it is
so you don't miss anything.